Hey guys, welcome to another Plexus Hub video unboxing. Today we're going to be taking a look at the PCQ17 Lian Li case. However you want to pronounce Lian Li, some people say Lian Lei, however you want to say it. Now, if you don't know who they are, they make just incredible cases. Usually you can kind of expect with them that the quality will be next to none. 100% metal fabrication, very little cheapiness on these cases, and they do set back quite a bit in terms of money. Now, I actually haven't seen any unboxings or videos of this case. I was quite lucky to get it so soon. This is the case itself outside of the box. It's not a particularly big case. I'd say in comparison to something like the N case, you're looking at a similar sort of size, but this is just sublime in every sense. Jumping straight in, we obviously have a lot of ROG stuff going on this case, from the Republic of Gamers logo to red accents at the front panel, and at the front of the case, try and show you quite well, you've got the ROG themed kind of finally look to the power button front I/O port, rather. Now, this is a small case, and just to quickly brush on the outside of the case and tell you some of the features. Obviously, you've got two USB 3.0 ports at the bottom, you've got your headphone and microphone jack and a power button. They've not put a reset button in, which is really cool. There's also an ODD drive here, so you can actually put a really slimline CD drive in here, which I think we might do with like a Blu-ray drive or something. I'm undecided. And at the top we have space for what looks like 220mm fans, I want to say. Literally, this is just me getting the case out of the box, I haven't done much reading on it. And it's this gorgeous mesh that you can see here. And as well, we've got these two rubber grommets, so you could, if you wanted to, stick your radiator on top of the case and run it back down through the case. However, like looking at it, I'm sure you could squeeze in a radiator or two somewhere. It's actually a little bit confusing because they've got 8 holes on the top, but one of them coincides with the drive caddy. But yeah, that's that. Obviously, the sides just pop off of these. They use the quick fit push release systems that you'll find on pretty much every case made by Lian Li. It's really cool, it makes for quick installation. I would say the one thing that some people might not like about their cases is how easy it is to get your oil from your fingers and stuff onto the case. So when you're building it, I would recommend wearing gloves. For the sake of me not having any gloves available at this point in time, I'm just going to go ahead and I'll have to clean it down before I do my build in it. And again, the back panel comes off. An interesting point to note is that on the back panel we have this certified by ROG. It's really nice. It's engraved by the looks of it, and it's a silver, even though it looks quite white. And we've got these awesome kind of just CNC'd little things with this case. It's very edgy. Now, the next thing I want to talk about, whilst accidentally getting in the camera, is kind of the layout of the case. Now, you notice that there's all this space here. You might be wondering what that's for. Well, that's where your power supply lives. Now, it does say that it can fit an ATX power supply, which looks about right. Obviously, there's a lot of space in there. So your power supply sits here. And then obviously you've got some space back here for cable management, and then at the bottom of the case you can see how we've got these built-in mounts for securing all sorts of drives, big drives, small drives. By the looks of it, 2.5 inch. And now I don't know how to get this front panel off, but I'm assuming it's just a pop off front panel. So the front panel comes off, and you can mount more drives here, or you can, like I said, mount a CD drive. So it's very optimal in terms of how they've used all of the space in the case. And you can fit a 270mm graphics card in here, I believe, which is quite big. I mean, that's most modern days graphics cards, you know, 980s, etc. might fit. I would say the one thing that's kind of missing about this case already in my eyes is, it would have been nice if they, I don't know. I mean, you've got two rear 80s and obviously a top fan, but the intake from the front isn't that great. So obviously some systems might get a bit toasty. But you have this space at the top here, which you could easily mount an all-in-one cooler with. If you put a second big fan on it to really draw the air up, but I mean, then your 80mm at the back are running quite close. Regardless though, I mean, if I was to build in a system like this, I think I'd go for maybe a GPU that I can mount an all-in-one cooler onto, and then run something like an L9i on the GPU. So this case already is just beautifully engineered. You'll find that with a lot of Lian Li cases, everything just works. It's kind of like Noctua in terms of cooling products. Everything just clicks into place really nicely, and generally using the case is very, very, very nice. It's a good case to build in. And to be honest, from an aesthetics point of view, I think this has to be one of the best SFF cases I've ever seen in my life. I mean, it's not too big, it's the right size, and you're really getting everything that you need, and not much more. I'd say the one thing that I think is a bit silly is having the radiator mounts on the top. Personally, I wouldn't stick a 240mm rad on the top, I'd just run something like an air cooler. But yeah, we're going to get a build done on this. Sadly, I don't have any ROG themed ITX boards, however much I would love to. But I'm going to go with kind of a black and blue build inside. And then maybe hide up the fact that it's an MSI ITX board. Cram it all in, and then we'll see what it looks like. Either way, I mean, it's a ROG themed case. This is going to be great for those people looking for those Skylake Maximus Impact boards, even the older Impact boards. I do feel it's a very niche market. I mean, you're talking that they've got 2 or 3 boards. So it's hard to, I'd say, build a fully themed rig around an Asus ITX board. And I can kind of see this being one of those products that not everyone's going to get because they don't have an Asus board. But to be honest, it looks cool. And if you have something like a black motherboard and you put a massive cooler on, no one's even going to know that it's not an Impact board. Lastly, the Perspex acrylic is kind of a smoke grey, which is really nice. It's not just see-through. I'd recommend actually leaving it in the packaging. I just took it out to show you what it looks like. But it does come wrapped up nicely to prevent scratches, so you can literally put it on when the build's done. Most importantly though, I like the fact that you can take the window off without taking the whole door off. Because that means if you are running a really beefy system, you don't necessarily have to have the window on it. You can just leave it off. I mean, it looks really, really cool without it. So we're gonna wrap this up. Don't forget to check out the teaser video. That shows you a few little bits of in-close shots. And we're gonna get down to a build. I think I might actually record the build. I'm still deciding. Obviously SFF is quite hard to build in, so we'll see what comes out of that. But I hope you've enjoyed the video thus far. I hope it gives you a better idea of kind of what you're getting with this case. I've kind of gone through what you can do with the case. Obviously if you want all the stats and the features and you want to go really in depth, the Lian Li website is great. They tell you everything that you can do with this case, all the different possibilities. From a general unboxing perspective though, looks like a great case so far. Lots of expandability, lots of places to put drives, lots of space, even though it's quite a small case. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check out the Facebook, the Twitter. you know, just generally subscribe if you like the content, obviously. Thanks for watching, guys.